What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on this channel. And as you can tell by the title and the series I've just been running, is the week 3 championship predictions. Now technically it's week 2 because the rest of the championship, but Forest and West Brom and Middlesbrough and Sheffield United was also played on Tuesday night, so I just classed that as week 2. It was just a little thing I was doing. So basically every time there's a few matches on, I'll just call it that week, if you know what I mean. So the weeks will keep going up even though it might not be that week, if you know what I mean. But yeah, we're going into week 3 match predictions, and all 24 teams are playing in this one. So let's see who I think will come out on top in each game. Now we've got Villa versus Wigan in this one, and Villa obviously got off to a great start, a whole 3-1 win, and Wigan, they beat Sheffield Wednesday, I believe. So I can see Villa getting the 2-1 win in this one. Obviously back at home, especially after the crazy deadline day they had with Jack Grealish and everything. So I can see Villa winning this one 2-1. Now moving on to Blackburn versus Millwall. Now Millwall could have had one of the shock results of the weekend if they would have held on, but they drew 2-2 to Middlesbrough after having the 2-0 lead in the first half and really bottled it, to be fair. Blackburn, they got off to a draw, 2-2 draw I think it was, away at Ipswich. So 2-2 draws for both teams. And I can see this one being a game where they cancel each other out, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. Now moving on to Bolton versus Bristol City. Now in my opinion, Bolton got the win of the weekend last weekend when they beat West Brom away from home. Everyone was backing them to go and get smashed at West Brom, but they didn't. They went and got the win. But I can see them getting beat in this one, and I'm going to go for a Bristol City 2-1 win. Now moving on to Middlesbrough versus Birmingham. Middlesbrough obviously got very lucky on the opening day, getting the 2-2 draw at Millwall in the 97th minute. I think they equalised, but then they battered Sheffield United the other night 3-0. I think it ended up, and that was all them 3 goals came into the first 25 minutes of the whole match. Now coming up against Birmingham, I can see them just putting them aside. I think they'll have too much quality for Birmingham, so I'm going to go for a 2-0 Middlesbrough win. Now moving on to Norwich versus West Brom. Now I seen West Brom on Tuesday night. I got to watch them play against my club Forest, and they didn't look the greatest. The last 10 minutes is when they came alive really and showed the quality, and that's how they got the draw out of it. They should have been 3-4-0 down easy in that game. We just didn't put our chances away, and they didn't look good at all. But they showed obviously resilience and fights come back. But I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this one. Now it's my club Forest against Reading. Reading obviously got the championship started off on the Friday night against Derby, and we got a draw against Bristol City and a draw against West Brom, and we need a win really. We've got to start off with a win. It's the only way to start off, and especially with the addition of Heffley yesterday, I think we can go for a comfortable 2-0 win. Now moving on to QPR Sheffield United. Now both teams coming off of a loss on the opening day. Sheffield United lost to Swansea after being 1-0 up. They lost the game 2-1, and QPR lost the game 1-0 away at Preston. So both teams will want to bounce back as quick as possible and get a win. But I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this one. Now moving on to Rotherham Ipswich. Now Rotherham obviously one of the backed favourites to go down. In my opinion, they will go down. But against the Ipswich team that got a 2-2 draw on the opening day against Blackburn, I can see Ipswich going to Rotherham and getting the 1-0 win, to be fair. So yeah, I'm going to go 1-0 Ipswich. Now going on to Sheffield Wednesday versus Hull. Obviously, both teams I think got off to a losing start on the opening day. I think Sheffield Wednesday lost to Wigan. I'm pretty sure they did. But obviously Hull losing 3-1 to Aston Villa. I can see Wednesday coming out on top of this one. I'm going to go for a 1-0 Wednesday win. Now moving on to Stoke Brentford. Now we're going to see how good Stoke are at home. They got outclassed by Leeds on their opening day, and didn't really get to show the potential and didn't play well at all. But I'm going to go for a Stoke 2-1 win against Brentford. Now moving on to Swansea and Preston. Preston, one of the hardest teams to beat in the Championship in my opinion. The way they set up and things like that is very hard, but I can see Swansea doing it, and I'm going to go for a Swansea 2-1 win. Now moving on to the final game of the weekend, and it is Derby County versus Leeds United. Obviously Derby getting a very lucky 2-1 win away at Reading. They obviously kept in the game for a long time and then got 2 goals out of nowhere really and nicked the game off Reading. Leeds, in my opinion, the best performance of the teams I've seen so far against Stoke, and against the backed favourites, they absolutely battered them and played them off the pitch. So I'm going to go for a Leeds 2-1 win in this one. But that's going to do it for the end of the video. If you've enjoyed, then drop a like below. Subscribe if you haven't to this channel. We're trying to hit 500 subscribers as quick as possible. Until then, see ya.